All right, hello. We're starting on the next video. This is going to be an interesting one, very interesting one. We'll be talking about the aspects of isolation in video games, well, specifically horror games. As normal, we're going to be using 3 case studies, but this time it's going to be a little bit different. We're using both Resident Evil 4 and the remake on top of Silent Hill F, which I finally finished, and fnaf Security Breach Ruin. So this is gonna be a very long video. I'm not gonna deny it. We're gonna probably push an hour with this one, so we'll get there when we get there. But as usual, let's start the outline. As soon as the outline is done, we'll move on to the actual writing of the narrative. Okay, let's get to it. This is definitely gonna be a very interesting one, that's for sure. All right. So, no one left to hear you. Horror in the fear of isolation. Alright, so as usual, let's start with an introductory passage, then we'll get to the sections. And I'm probably going to be talking about the Yamgala first, because I always talk about the Yamgala, because that is the Brain Spirit Center. Okay. Let's see. No one left to hear you. Horror and the fear of isolation. Okay. You fall out. Call out. But no one answers. But no one answers. You call out, but no one answers. The halls you've walked through. The halls you've walked through. Sometimes. Empty. You call out, but no one answers. The halls you've walked through hundreds of times feel empty. Eventually, yet something watches. Watches. You call out, but no one answers. The halls you've walked through hundreds of times feel empty, yet something watches. Each corner twists slightly. Each corner twists slightly. Shadows stretch out longer than they should. Shadows stretch out longer than they should. And every sound, a creak, a distant thump, even your own breath feels amplified. All right, so the plan is we have the other video that I have to finish the narrative tomorrow. That's at the end. That's why I'm starting this one today, because this is gonna be the next video after that one's actually uploaded to YouTube. So that will get released. I have 4 days off, so tomorrow's gonna be a very long stream day. I'm gonna be doing that one, finishing that one up, doing this one on top of my other sprite animation stuff. So we're gonna be busy for the next like 48 hours, that's for sure. Just amplified. You call up, but no one answers. The halls you walk through hundreds of times feel empty, yet something watches. Each corner twists slightly. Shadows stretch out longer than they should, and every sound, a creak, a distant thump, even your own breath feels amplified. The game world you trusted feels alien. Horror isn't just. Horror isn't just. Isn't just about monsters or sudden attacks. Sudden attacks. One thing with Silent Hill, I'm gonna even just say this right now. Silent Hill F, man, they really love those 1v2s or those 1v3s. I'm like, damn, they are really just throwing everything out at me now. Holy shit. But no, it was great. It was a great game. I enjoyed it. The game world you trusted feels alien. Horror isn't just about monsters or sudden attacks. It's about completely being alone. Being alone. Which is, wait, truly alone. We can add that too, just for added fluff. Resident Evil 4 is different. Resident Evil 4 is kind of weird because Leon is alone in a sense. It's a solo mission, but he's getting help from the shadows from like Ada. So that's kind of like it's weird with that one. Or isn't just about monster sudden attack. It's about completely being alone. Truly alone. We can be a little bit more descriptive. What do I want to do here? The silence presses down. The silence presses down. Yeah, the silence presses down. Your own thoughts turn into threats. Your own thoughts turn into threats. Your own thoughts turn into threats. Yeah, that's good. Your own thoughts turn into threats. Every instinct, and every instinct, and every instinct and every instinct screams that you're exposed. Vulnerable. And unseen. I normally do like a opening passage whenever I do my outlines, just so I can get like just so I can have an idea how I want to go about this. No one is coming. No one is coming. No one is left to hear you. No one is left to hear you. You are truly alone. Yeah, you're truly alone. So we can get rid of that right now. Okay. You call out, but no one answers. The halls you walk through hundreds of times feel empty, yet something watches. Each corner twists slightly, shadows stretch out longer than they should, and every creak, every sound, a creak, a distant thump, even your own breath feels amplified. The game world you trusted feels alien. Horror isn't just about monsters or sudden attacks. It's about completely being alone. The silence presses down. I forgot it's writing down. Excuse me. Your own thoughts turn into threats, and every instinct screams that you're exposed, vulnerable, and unseen. No one is coming. No one is left to hear you. You are truly alone and isolated. Yeah, that's fine. Again, this is just an outline. I'm not really too worried about how things sound for now. We can work on that later. I do have a quote I'm gonna put here. Believe it or not, we're gonna use a quote from Mother Teresa. Always keep an iPad. They're godlike when it comes to taking notes. Okay. Give me a second. Unfortunately, this is gonna be like a relatively short stream because I gotta go take care of some IRL things. All right. The terrible, most terrible, most terrible poverty is loneliness. Just loneliness. And the feeling of being unloved. Okay. Being unloved. I never thought I'd see the day I'd be using Mother Teresa in a quote, but the world is a very strange place. But yes, always keep an iPad filled with notes because you never know when that can come in handy. So, why this works. Let's quote work for this narrative. So, it's immersive tone establishes establish. Oh my god. Isolation. It establishes isolation. Wow. No lines are fun. Said no one ever. Okay. So let's see what we have so far. Then we can. I know section 0 is going to always be the brain, because it's always the brain. You call out, but no one answers. The halls you walk through hundreds of times feel empty, yet something watches. Each corner twists slightly. Shadows stretch out longer than they should. And every sound, a creak, a distant thump, even your own breath feels amplified. The grim world you trusted feels alien. Horror isn't just about monsters or sudden attacks. It's about completely being alone. The sound presses down. Your own thoughts turn into threats. And every instinct screams that you're exposed, vulnerable, and unseen. No one is coming. No one is left to hear you. You are truly alone and isolated. A potential quote: "The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved." Mother Teresa. While this quote works for this narrative, it sets an immersive tone, establishes isolation as a pivotal aspect in horror. This will flow well into the sections I was thinking about earlier. Okay. Alright, so let's start with section 0, which is always to be the brain, because I love talking about the brain for some weird reason. Unfortunately, we're not going to be streaming this long because I just wanted to get this started while ideas are sort of fresh in my head. But a good chunk of my notes are already on my iPad, so I'm pretty much good to go. Because kind of running out of time. So tomorrow, again, we'll do more into this. Like, this video is not going to be released anytime soon. Because we always do the outlines first, we stream everything we do, and after that, we do the narrative. Then we finally get working on the video. Okay, section 0. The brain in fear. Brian in fear. The brain in fear. So we're going to talk about the Amgala as usual. It's always about the Amgala. Fear begins. The Amgala. The Amgala is quite literally a peanut-shaped thingamabob in your head that controls you. It's your brain sphere center. If that makes sense. Guess we can add anticipatory fear again. Yeah, I think we can do that again. We talked about anticipatory fear in the last video. Isolation. Perception. Yeah, it does. Okay. Isolating implies perception. All right, there we go. And again, I don't really want to go that crazy with this because I always talk about the Amgala. I mean, it's good to mention this, but you don't need to go that crazy. So the key idea. I mean, this is fine. Key idea. Horror. Yeah, horror exploits the brain. It exploits the brain's vigilance. Vigilance. Horror exploits the brain's vigilance. It's mostly because like every sound, every signal can imply danger. Okay, that's good. Since the video we're about to release soon by next week is betrayed spaces, I guess we can talk about. I guess section 1 can actually be about that. Yeah, betrayed space. No, not betrayed spaces. How spaces can be turned against you. Yeah, we can do that. All right, we'll wrap. We'll do this last section, then we'll wrap things up because I actually need to go take care of some stuff. So section 1, spaces that turn against you. That's good. And like I mentioned, tomorrow we'll do some more stuff. So familiar spaces suddenly feel alien. For example, security breach. The Pizzaplex. You play through the original one. Everything's cool and fine and dandy. Then Ruin comes out. Oh man, this is the same spot, but everything just feels so different now. Besides, being burnt. Familiar spaces suddenly feel alien. Places that were once safe. They were once safe. No. Yeah, places once considered safe amplify fear when you're alone. Okay. Hmm. It's a psychological effect too. A psychological effect. Psychological effect. You start to question things. Players start to question memory and perception. Memory and perception. It's like you start to question memory and perception. Like familiar places start to feel more unpredictable now. Like previously. Okay, that's good. Key idea. Key idea. Key idea. Isolation transforms the environment. The environment from a backdrop to an from a backdrop into an active source of fear. Okay, good. All right, good stuff. Okay, so besides our introductory thing, we need to read that again. We got a potential quote. how the code fits in. We're going to talk about the brain and fear like we normally do. In section 1 will be spaces that turn against you. So good stuff. We got the outline started. This is going to be a very lengthy video. I'm not even going to deny it because the case studies, because again, when I do these narratives, we have our sections, we have subsections on top of those sections. We do tie-ins, whether I'm doing a horror movie analysis to help support my points that I'm trying to bring up, or we'll do a mythological tie-in and how that fits into the narrative. Then we finally get to the case study. It's just this one, we're using both Resident Evil 4 OG and Resident Evil 4 Remake. So that's technically an extra case study. That'll be the first case study. Silent Hill F will be the second case study. Then Security Breach of Ruin will be the final case study. This is going to be a long one. I'm pushing for at least an hour video. So stick by me. Eventually this will get released, but we're taking our time with this one because this one's going to be a doozy. Okay, be prepared for another stream tomorrow. Whoever watches these VODs, enjoy it. All right, besides that, I'll see people tomorrow with some more of this. We out. Bye-bye.